And that time I worked for the company for 3 years, and I was about to relocate to Seattle. And that was when Enagic fell on my lap. And my father shared it with me. And I kind of shooed him away because looking at the price of the product, I was like, are you crazy? Who's going to buy a $4,000, $5,000 water machine? Go away. Right. But then after I saw the benefits of what the machine could do to our health, I took the decision to get one device. The main decision was because my mom was a cancer survivor, my father was a diabetic, and I used to have severe constipation as a 22-year-old and fall sick every month. I used to have this cold, cough, fever every month. And got the machine, and it was more of for my parents, and also for myself because I was looking to build a business with as low investment as possible. And got the machine, borrowed money. My mom pledged her jewelry. We got the machine from Malaysia because there was no office in India. I started using the device for about a week. Saw amazing results already, especially with my health, with my cold, with my constipation and all that. Things got better. My mom's arthritis went away. My father's sugar levels came down to normal in a couple of months' time. That gave me the confidence to quit the job and start promoting the product. And today, here I am, 9 years later. I helped the company open up the office in Dubai. We launched it in Nigeria, Turkey. So we have pretty good teams in all these countries, and also launched the business in 13 different cities in India. At a rank of 6A5-2, if that doesn't make any sense to you guys, for those of you all that's new, you will learn about it later. But those of you all already in a magic business, I'm sure you know the business. So quickly put in the chat, if it's your first time, you have no idea about what Enagic is all about, and you're here because your friend or someone that you know has shared you this link and asked you to join. Go ahead from Druten, the Netherlands. Amazing, amazing place. Haven't been there, but look forward to being there. Looks like you're just coming out of an online event, Unstoppable Challenge, and you have the VIP pass, I believe. Amazing. Because I can see that from your background. Laura Rice, Hawaii 682. Wow, that's amazing. Kaz Yokoya, good friend of mine, always keeps talking about Hawaii. He lives there. So of course, you'll know Kaz. I know him since 9 years, since the time he joined Energic. And he was here with us in India. Just ordered my emGuarde yesterday. Congratulations. Many, many congratulations, Laura. That's amazing. I just sold an emGuarde today and yesterday. So I can literally, kind of feel the excitement that new users of emGuarde have. So when I installed the emGuarde yesterday at one of my neighbor's house, actually, they were mind blown. They saw that in my house and they wanted it, but they didn't know what it exactly does. And when I installed it in their house and did the demo, they were blown away. And they were like, wow, this is worth more than what I paid for. Right? Florida, USA, Margaret, amazing. So I was just telling Barry that I was just looking up tickets to Miami, be coming there in a couple of months. So let's see what it has in store for us. Pio from UK. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Three of my team members have placed their orders as well. We're so excited to learn the power of emGuarde and share it with the world. Thank you. Amazing, amazing energy, guys. I really love doing these sessions because, of two things. First thing is Enagic is so big. The world is so big that it's not just all about us. Knowledge is power. So I like to share the knowledge that I have, and when you apply it, um, it's even more powerful for you. So that's something that why I do this. And second reason is because it's a great place to meet a lot of you from different part of the world. I've traveled to more than 17 countries building the Enagic business, and I always come across amazing, great people are all around the world. And I love to do these sessions to meet new people, always meet new faces. A lot of you are new. Some of you all have attended our sessions before. So it's a great place to meet new people. All right. So that's two reasons why I primarily do it. but mainly for you guys, I'm sure, as long as you participate with me in the chat, and you put in your questions if you want to, and you put in your comments, you'll get maximum value from this session today. That's my guarantee. And also, the second thing I want to share with you guys is the session is built in such a way that most of your questions, if not, they would be answered by the end of the presentation. But if they're still not answered, put in your questions in the chat, and we'll take it right after the session. If that's okay, please give me a number 1 in the chat, if that's okay. And very few of y'all are responding, which is great. But I'd love more participation on the chat. So put in there which cities you're joining us from. And if it's your first time, I'd love to know the first timers, right? If it's your first time being introduced to eNRGIC, please type in first, FIRST, first. So I know that, and I can I'll keep an eye so that I can support you better. All right, guys. So welcome. I've been using this product for almost 2 years now. This June, it will be 2 years. I've been using emGuarde. It's brought an amazing difference in terms of health, in terms of the gadgets and technology use that we have. So this is the latest technology of eNRGIC. eNRGIC is a 50 years old, coming to 51 this June. 50-year-old Japanese company, founded in Okinawa, Japan. The company has been around, they have offices in more than 45 cities around the world. And most importantly, we've touched the lives of over 2 million families. So eNRGIC, such a proven company, is bringing in this product, emGuarde, and we've already have 20,000 homes using emGuarde already. So it's not a new product. It's already proven with amazing results. And let's have a look at why we need this for us, and why we need to be associated with a company that's also promoting a product that's going to be the need of the hour. More than it's going to be the need of the hour, I would say it's the need of today, right now. Okay, need of the hour. I know. I mean, I'm just I have to explain myself a couple of times.
Hey everybody,
that is because of the excitement. So let's look at why we need this product. Let's watch this video, and I'll be right back.
With a few strokes of the keyboard, it allows us to communicate with people across the globe. With a push or touch of a button, it keeps us engaged and connected. The world now pushes for higher connectivity, faster serving and downloading speeds, from 3G to 4G and now 5G. But what is also true is that with every apparent communication advancement, we are increasingly putting ourselves at imperceptible health risks. Our 5 senses cannot detect this form of wireless hazards, but our body can. With longer hours using wireless headphones during office meetings, every wireless device that our toddlers or children plays on, any types of microwave oven we use to bake our cakes in, or induction cookers that we use to cook our food. While this enhances our life, we are not realizing how we are exposing ourselves and our loved ones with high levels of radiations.
The World Health Organization says there are some indications of an increased risk of glioma for those who reported the highest 10% of cumulative hours of cell phone use.
The reality is there's a significant increase in glioblastomas. Unfortunately, they're very, very deadly.
I have listed peer-reviewed studies establishing the connection between non-thermal radiofrequency radiation from cell phones and brain cancer known as glioblastoma.
Most cell phones have a warning in them that say to hold the phone away from your body to avoid radio frequency exposure, but most of us don't know about this warning.
The WHO has classified EMF as possibly carcinogenic to humans, Group 2B, a category used when a causal association is considered credible.
See, my friends, radiation can harm the body internally. We need to protect ourselves more than ever to adapt to the new wireless world. Start protecting your own bodies and those around you, so we can all live a better and healthier life.
All right. I think some of y'all couldn't see it. Most of y'all could see it. Barry, I'm not sure what's the reason. Maybe you may have to check your Zoom screen, because sometimes it's just showing you the photos or the video, the gallery view, and not the shared screen. So you may have to click on the screen. You may have to click on a different tab within the Zoom window. All right. Yes. 𝐿𝐿𝐿, thank you so much for your assistance. So some of y'all asking me for these videos and slides. Stay with me till the end of the presentation. You'll get more than just the slides and videos. You get a lot more. I have been placed for you guys. Just stay with me till the end and I'll tell you how you can get all of them. All right. The video is also located in the Facebook group. Absolutely. Yes, yes. You're right, Laura. So those of y'all who don't know about it, stay with me till the end and I will give you the links to those platforms. All right. Now let's look at why we need emGuarde more than ever before. Because 30 years ago, I'm 31 years old now, and when I was growing up, pretty much, and if you look back, this was how our life was in the past. Going out, spending time with people that we love and care. But nowadays, if you see, of course, we spend time with the people that we love and care, but there's another big problem, actually, right? We're using technology to be connected. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate technology. I'm a big fan of technology. In fact, I use a lot, I adapt to a lot of new technology, right? But it comes at a risk of all these radiations, the unseen radiation that is constantly affecting your brain, your blood circulation, and most importantly, the way how your body communicates with the organs and all that. So how do we protect ourselves? And before we go there, let's look at why this is very important to stay protected from. Because many years ago, even now, water, air, and noise pollution is what we were told are three types of pollution, right? But I think what we need to start including is these kind of electromagnetic pollution. It's unique because it doesn't directly impact our senses. So you can't feel, see, smell it, or hear it, but it's really affecting your body. Okay. And if you wonder what are the gadgets that is actually affecting you, okay, it's not just your cell phones, it's not just your laptops, it's all of these devices. As long as there is electricity and there is what's that batteries, it is emitting these electromagnetic radiation. And I just installed my electric what do you say charger for my EV, and I just want to let you guys know that wow, the radiation coming out from an electric car is tremendous. So, of course, it goes without saying that I will put an emGuarde in my car as well. And I'll be sharing with you some of the reasons why I do that. Okay. Now, if you walk into any room and if you see this, chances are you wouldn't stay in the room. You would just walk out immediately, right? But what if I say that these radiations are there every day, and even as we speak today, right? It's there and it's constantly affecting you, right? Although technology brings us convenience, but it is at the risk of all these radiation. So how do you protect yourself, right? The only way to protect before was to keep the gadgets away from you and to go to the park and spend time outdoors, right? But in this day and world, it's very I would say impossible, but it's very challenging to do that. And WHO 14 years ago classified radio frequency electromagnetic field as possibly carcinogenic to humans, has an increased risk for glioma, malignant type of brain cancer associated with wireless phone use. And if you look at this, a couple of years ago, France had ordered Apple to stop selling iPhone 12 for emitting too much electromagnetic radiation. And this is there in all phones. If you go there, if you go to the settings, and if you look at the legal and regulatory settings, you will see the RF exposure. And they're kind of telling you to kind of use these hands-free option or the wired headphones. In other words, they know that there is this radiation, and they put it up on their phone to protect themselves. But then the people that are affected with this are us, actually. And this is what you will see on any iPhone. If you go to the settings, you will see this. This is what they say. And now let's look at the spectrum. Are all radiation bad for our body? The answer to that is no, because there are some radiation that's like worse, fatal, like ionizing radiation. Even for a short duration, it can have detrimental effects on the body. There are radiation that is like non-ionizing radiations, okay, which the intensity of it is low, but continued exposure or long-term exposure to these radiation could be harmful as well, right? And what we focus on is this range, 3 megahertz to 1 gigahertz. This is the range that we focus on because the body absorbs frequencies in this range, okay, the most, because the organs are functioning in the range of within the spectrum, okay? So let's look at what emGuarde does now. Okay, the stress that is caused because of all these gadgets around us, once you turn on the emGuarde, it creates an harmonic environment or a harmonized environment in your in the space that you live in to effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz. And this is one of the patents of emGuarde actually, and its ability to suppress these electromagnetic radiation in this within this frequency. Okay, and why do we focus on the frequency between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz? Is because according to FCC is the Federal Communication Commission in the US, they say that the body absorbs the frequency in which the body absorbs the most is between 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. Okay, this is what they say. And to support that, an Indian scientist discovered the frequency of different organs in the human body. So when the organs are functioning at a certain frequency and when it is exposed to the same frequency outside, it creates something called as a resonance. And the resonance creates disturbance, damaging the cells and tissues in the body, right? And to support that, I have this video. You can watch this. Different frequencies does nothing to the ping pong balls because the frequencies are different. But the moment you use the same frequency, 440 hertz, it creates a vibration making the ping pong balls to move. This is exactly what's happening to our bodies with exposure to all these gadgets. So those of you all that have gotten your emGuarde, you're basically protecting yourself from all these unseen radiation. Quickly, I'd like to hear from you guys here. How many of you all are already using the emGuarde? Please type in EMG in the chat, EMG. If you're already using the emGuarde, I'd love to know. Awesome, awesome. Great. Yes, Laura, you'll see the difference as well. I have people that have migraine, constant headaches, sleep problems. After using emGuarde, they sleep better. They don't have that constant migraine, right? I'll tell you why also. Let's watch this video about what Dr. Satwinder Singh has to say about the effects of this radiation on children, kids, especially their spine, their bone marrow, and their hypothalamus, the brain. Okay, let's watch this.
The children's brain, like the hypothalamus, it tends to absorb 1.5 to 2 times more electromagnetic fields than an adult. But if you look at the child's bone marrow, it absorbs an amazing 10 times more electromagnetic radiation than an adult. The brain is much more absorbent, the skull is thinner, and because the relative size is smaller, if I give you the same dosage, your smaller tissue is going to absorb more than the bigger tissue. The first thing you have to do is keep the appliance that's emitting the radiation further apart from you, like handphones, off all power points when they're not in use. Number 3, you could use electromagnetic field harmonizers, which will balance out the radiation side effects from the appliance.
Yeah, so you can see clearly he says that, of course, the first thing is to keep the devices away. But in this day and world, it's not possible. So, use electromagnetic field harmonizer. And emGuarde is the only one in the world that can do what we're actually claiming for it to do. Okay, now let's look at some of the harmful effects that these radiations can cause to the fertility or the reproductive organs, because, men we keep our phones in our pocket. Women, use your laps for the laptops and all that. So it really affects the fertility, for the men, especially the testosterone and all that levels. And this is actually from a report many, many years ago from, I think, this is the article from PubMed. Yeah. So you can see that. So now let's look at this report here. In 2019, there was a survey done on 871 people to test the health problems that people have because of EMF exposure. and 71% of them were reported to have sleep problems. 64% of them had fatigue. 61% of them had concentration, memory problems, or learning problems. No wonder nowadays the attention span of people is actually going down, and stress, anxiety is going up, headaches, all these problems is very common in most households. So what does emGuarde do? First of all, it harmonizes the targeted high frequencies up to 1000 megahertz or 1 gigahertz. That's the first thing that it does. And second thing it does is it helps improve your blood circulation. Okay. So these are the two patents of emGuarde. It's a very, compact device, less than half kg or 430 grams of weight. So it's easy to carry, easy to plug and play. It gives you 8 meters of defense. So if you have like a house, which is like a 2-bedroom house, apartment, kind of put it right in the middle, it kind of covers the whole house. But if you have like a larger house, like a multiple floor, then I would suggest you go for more than one, depending on the size of your house, preferably. Okay, so most homes, they go for like a few devices because they get one for their home, one for their cars, one for the office. So that way. So if you're really looking for, and for those of you who are already using emGuarde, right? I just want to ask you guys a question. Don't you see, if you look at emGuarde, do you see a potential for it to be the next essential device in every home? Literally, every home, essential device, not just home, but offices and cars. Yes or no? It's very essential, right? Exactly. Thank you. Now, this is a test report done by University of Science in Malaysia for pharmaceutical sciences. So basically, the objective was to test the effective range of white noise suppression, the RF, radio frequency white noise suppression of emGuarde. So they put the emGuarde in 4 different homes, 2 different offices, and 4 different labs. And they saw the percentage of suppression was up to 6 meters, and they could get in homes, they could get 99.5, 99.6% of suppression. Although Enagic claims a 4-meter radius, but this report was able to give us like a 6-meter radius in homes. In offices, the suppression is a bit lower because there's a lot of interference going on. So effectively, you get about 3 to 4 meters radius of suppression, depending on the type of the office with the gadgets and all that. In labs, you can see 98, 90, 90, 84% of suppression, okay, of all these radiation. So this is amazing. So that was the report actually. And now let's look at
the SDR software, and it's gonna actually detect
video.
the electromagnetic interference in this area. So what David is gonna do now, he's going to actually turn on the software. You can download this software on your Android phone. You just have to pay a couple dollars, you get the software. So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna, and the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay, so now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on. In 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde.
Talk about this suppression.
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on. If you guys are watching this, I want you guys to bring your emGuarde everywhere you go, especially in cities like this, and make sure you always keep yourself protected. See you guys soon.
Yep. So this video was in Hong Kong, and in downtown Hong Kong, and you could see the device that actually could show the environment. There's radiation in the environment, and this is exactly what I do very often with my prospects. I just plug in the phone with this antenna, and they can actually see the noise patterns in the environment. And can you imagine if someone was sitting next to you and making this noise the whole day, how would you feel? You'd want to whack the person, right? That's exactly what's happening to us every single day. Uh, because if we don't have the emGuarde, this noise, this white noise, is constantly disturbing the brain. The reason your ears can't hear it because our ears cannot hear sound levels after a certain level. Okay, sound decibels after a certain level, and these sounds are like in the range of -35, -40 decibels, which our ears cannot hear, but the brain can feel it. Okay, so that's why we need these detectors to actually detect and show you the presence of all these radiations in the environment. And if when you plug the emGuarde, you saw the white noise suppressed like to almost 95, 96% of suppression, right? And that's exactly why we need emGuarde, right? I was telling you guys what I do in a demo. This is what I do. I just plug in the device, I turn on the emGuarde, I first keep the emGuarde off so they can see the kind of exposure that they are living in. And when they turn on the emGuarde, they can see the suppression. It kind of immediately hooks them onto the product. Now, let's look at certain elements that kind of supports what we are sharing here. Okay, first of all, we have a Canadian doctor, researcher, a professor and researcher. Her name is Dr. Magda Havis. She has dedicated her entire life on the biological effects of electromagnetic radiation on the human body. And what she discovered was in her research that 70 minutes of using a computer, her red blood cells becomes stacked. You can see it goes into a formation called rouleau. Okay, it's all stacked to one another. And 10 minutes of using mobile phone, it's even worse. You can see the red blood cells are stacked even more. So this is just 10 minutes. But if you look at your cell phones, if you look at your gadgets, the screen time is easily a few hours, right? And this is actually a red blood cell movement in a clean EMR-free environment, in a clean EMR environment. Now, how can you achieve something like this in modern day, in today? Because she has a complete lab where she can actually, do this. But we all don't have the privilege of having something like that, right? Unless you go to places like this, my background, like go to this forest, go to this garden, keep all your gadgets away, test your blood after 2 hours, your blood would look somewhat like this, right? But we all are living in an environment like this. So you're constantly being affected with all these radiation. Okay. So that's why you need the emGuarde. And this is actually a blood sample after 20 minutes of using a mobile phone before emGuarde. And this is after 20 minutes of turning on the emGuarde and continued using the mobile phone. So this was before emGuarde and 20 minutes of mobile phone use. And this is after emGuarde, 20 minutes of mobile phone use. You can see the red blood cells, and he's a person in his late 60s. I know him personally. This was actually administered by a doctor, professional doctor. So basically, medical doctor. So basically, you can also do this under the supervision of a doctor, but then make sure that, you do this 20 minutes of just mobile phone use, keep the emGuarde off, and then 20 minutes after turning on the emGuarde. I've done this on myself, so I know it really works. I've seen amazing photos like this, even a lot more photos. Okay, so this is exactly the second patent that I was talking to you about. emGuarde helps improve your blood circulation. So some of you all are wondering, what is that these detectors detect? Because why can't I just get any detector from the market that claims to check the electromagnetic radiation? Okay, the reason why we can't get just any random detector is because the detectors are detecting something specific. And that's something I'm going to show you here. Okay, let's imagine this is a typical home. Okay, most of these gadgets are in most homes. So there are three types of radiation. The first one is called electromagnetic field. This is generated from the alternating current from your distribution box, the electricity that flows through all the cables and the wires. This is the EMF, okay, electromagnetic field. Now, this by itself is not bad, okay? The second one is called signal transmission radiation. Now, this is actually all the what you call the signals between two devices, the communication between two devices. Okay, so this is what we call signal transmission radiation. Now, this by itself is also not bad. What is bad is the byproduct of these two radiation, which is called electromagnetic noise radiation. Now, these noise radiation have no purpose. So they're just lingering in the environment and they're constantly there. So they have no purpose. And the frequency, the very low frequency. So basically, it is the same frequency of the body. And this is what the body absorbs the most. And the detector that we use, all the three detectors, the RD9300, the RTL SDR, or the BAJE SDR, they detect this, everything in red. In the market, you may find detectors that detects just the presence of electricity. So you might have seen videos where they put the detector closer to a cell phone and it shows you a particular reading. And the moment you plug the charger to the phone, the reading goes up, which is common sense, right? You're giving it electric power, electricity. The presence of electricity is only going to go higher. Okay. But of course, like I told you, this is a byproduct. So of course, the byproduct also goes up. Okay. But the detector is not detecting this, the red, everything in red, the energy field in red, the detector is not detecting. So even if you plug in the emGuarde, it's just going to show the electric flow, because emGuarde is not designed to stop the flow of electricity or to stop the signal transmitted. Because right now in my house, my emGuarde is connected and I'm still connected with all of you. I'm still talking to all of you. I'm still charging my laptop, still charging my devices, right? So I hope you guys understand what the detectors are meant to do versus what the detectors outside in the market are doing. I hope that gives you a bit of clarity here. Okay, why we need to use these detectors. Okay, all right. So now, what's the features of emGuarde? It's easy to integrate, easy to connect, coverage, 8 meters of coverage, wide coverage. And does not matter the number of devices that is within the range. Everyone within the range is protected. Type C cable, make sure you use the Type C cable that comes with that device, because the pin is a bit longer than usual Type C. One device, big coverage, low running cost. In fact, almost um, very negligible. I keep my emGuarde on throughout 24 hours in my house. Haven't seen like a huge surge in the bill or whatever, nothing, right? If you turn on the device even for 24 hours a day, the emGuarde is designed to last for 5 years with the maximum output that is 8 meters diameter. But sorry, but if you even after 5 years, it doesn't mean the emGuarde has gone bad. It will still work. But what Enagic says is the coverage may not be 8 meters, maybe 6 to 7 meters of coverage. The emGuarde will still work. Okay. So that's why I tell people that if you want to increase the lifespan of the emGuarde for its maximum output, okay, maximum coverage, when you're not at home, just turn it off. When you're back home, turn it on. That's a small hack. Okay. But it will still work even after 5 years. But just to get the most, we always like to get the most out of the money that we give it. Okay, maintenance. No battery replacements because there are no batteries inside. Okay, so easy to plug and play. I carry it everywhere I go. I carry it in the flight, put in my office, my house, my car, everywhere. Everywhere I go. I have people even putting it in their handbag with the power bank connected, and they're walking around the mall when they're shopping and all that. So, yes. Do we order this tester separately? Yes. Depending on the branch that you order from, they may have the stock of the RD9300. If they don't have it, then you can get the SDR, for which I'm going to share the link later. Everything is there on the Telegram group already, but I will share the link for the Telegram group if you don't have it already. Okay. All right. So now talking about emGuarde, and if you want to know what's the investment like for a device like this, the investment is $1480 pre-tax. And depending on the region, depending on the country that you live in, the price could vary slightly, but more or less it'll be this price. And this is the price all over the world. Enagic has a global price policy, so they don't like really have different prices for different countries. It'll be more or less the same. The emGuarde right now is available in Europe, in Middle East, in Australia, Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Philippines, all that, Thailand and everything. And also other countries where emGuarde is not available, people can get it on personal import, okay, self-import from Malaysia. I think that's how some of them have arrived. Some of them have received their products. And yes, for other countries, the company is still working on launching the product in other countries where it's not available yet. I live in India. When 2 years ago, the only place emGuarde was available was in Malaysia. So I got my friends there to get a couple of them for me because after I saw the demo, I couldn't even go a day without the product. Okay. And with the trust that we have in the company, anything that the company launches, we know is backed by research and scientific studies. And most importantly, emGuarde, NIJ took over the complete rights of, distribution all over the world. Only after 14 years of research, study, develop, all that patent process and everything. So only after that, after receiving those two patents, NIJ took over it completely. All right, guys. So also some of you all are requesting for recording access. Pardon me, I'm not in a position to grant that access. So pardon me for that. But we do these meetings every week, 3 times a week. Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So please feel free to send in your people here for these meetings. And if you need anything else, I'm going to show you the resources where you can get all of this. And some of you all who are wondering, how can I be more successful in this? How can I build a business with such a product? Okay. I want to invite you guys to the trainings and the sessions that's happening if you live in Europe. These are sessions that I've already, there's one session that's going to happen tomorrow in Rome, then Lisbon, Sofia, London, Bucharest, Paris, and Lagos. Lagos not part of Europe, but the Enagic office comes under Europe, so that's why it's here. Simon Low and Mingwei, who are specialists in emGuarde because they've been using it the longest. So they're going to share this with you. And those of you all who also want to scale your business, especially with Enagic, and understand more about emGuarde technically, if you can't go to the Europe events, I would encourage you guys to go to the event in Malaysia on May 10th and 11th, which is about a month and a half from now, about 45 days from now. Okay, make sure that you're there because this workshop has literally helped a lot of them scale their business at a very short span of time. In fact, I'm a testimony of this. When I started 9 years ago, I was 22 years old, no experience in business, but what I learned from here was able to help me achieve 6A in short span of time. And also I did that same for my team. And today I have more than 50 6A and above distributors in my team. And all of them attribute their success to this workshop. So that's something that I want to get you guys to also, get the benefit of it. Scan this QR code or visit this website to get the ticket for the event. The tickets are I think it's about less than 30 or 40 US dollars for the 2-day event. Okay. So the company is just charging the venue cost. They're not charging more. They're not charging the speaker fees. Although we have a lot of speakers from different part of the world, success stories, top leaders from different part of the world. The last one that happened in Malaysia 3 months ago, there were 800 people. Okay, so make sure you get your tickets and look forward to seeing you there. Kumar, Ramesh. Yeah, you can just scan the QR code. You can get it. I'd like to know if this affects 5G. All right. That's the thing, we all listen to all of these things, 5G, 4G, right? But it's very easy. It's very easy for us to understand. And just go back to this image, okay? As long as there is signals, okay, there is a lot of leakage that's coming out of 5G. Okay. So 5G by itself is nothing but data sent from the from the towers, from the cell phone towers. Okay. But there's a lot of leakage. If a cell phone tower sends you 10 dB of data, okay, because all data is in sound packets, so it's in decibels. So if they send you 10 dB from the source, your phone is not going to receive the entire 10 dB. Your phone may receive 8 dB. Okay. So where did the 2 dB go? The 2 dB is lost, is what we call this byproduct, the leakage, unwanted leakages. Okay, so that is what emGuarde suppresses, emGuarde protects you from. emGuarde is not designed to stop intentional signals. Intentional signals are these data signals, telecommunication, electricity. emGuarde is not designed to do that. emGuarde is only designed to reduce these unwanted leakage in the environment, which is what the body absorbs the most. Okay. So and now I think 6G, there's a country that's already launching 6G ahead of other countries. Okay. All right, all right. Okay, for both your questions, Mirko, as I said, emGuarde is what you say. The reason why it works is because it is targeting these unwanted leakages and sending opposing amplitudes to suppress them and to tune them, to basically tune them to a harmonized frequency range so that the brain is not constantly disturbed. And like what you saw in the video, all the white noise is suppressed and tuned so that you're in a harmonic zone, a harmonized zone. Okay. So that's what emGuarde does. And more details on this, more technical information is all on the Telegram, which I'll show you later. And is eventually the emGuarde producing signal. Let me tell you guys something. emGuarde is, there are test reports which you will find in the Google Drive and Telegram channel where it's even safe for pets, animals. Animals are more sensitive to frequencies than humans. Kids are more sensitive than adults, right? To these frequencies. So there's a test report that says that it's even good for animals' heart rate and blood pressure and gut. So basically, if it's good for animals, it's going to be good for humans also, right? Yeah. The price for the emGuarde is not with the radiation meter. That is separate. That is separate. Okay, that's an accessory that company has made it available for distributors. It's not made by Magic. Okay, it's a third party, like the ORP meter, an example. Okay, you have to check with the local branch. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So with that, let's move to the next part, which is actually to understand how to be part of such a global company, such a big global company. Okay. Before I move to the future for the next slide, I just want to talk about this slide here. Now, looking at this, basically, right? I feel blessed. I feel privileged to be part of Enagic because at this young age, I get access to all these offices around the world without having to invest money into the office and the staff and the logistics and legal matters and all that. How many of you feel privileged to be part of Enagic? Now that you get access to all this, that Enagic has spent probably millions of dollars, the 50 years of hard work, you get it overnight by just being part of Enagic. Isn't that amazing? Now, those of y'all that are new to Enagic, this is I would say, a very big benefit of being part of Enagic, more than the money that you even pay, right? Some of y'all might be thinking that, I'm doing this presentation to sell you a product. Let me tell you that this presentation is much bigger than you, right? I'm not here just to talk to you about the product so you get it for yourself. I'm here so that you get the vision of this company, vision of this product, and you be the activator or the facilitator to bring this product around the world where you can build a successful business. That is my interest. So basically, I want you guys to look at this as a business where you can build and leave behind a great legacy for the rest for your families. Okay, so that's exactly. Thank you. I'm blessed as well. I feel lucky. Now let's look at Enagic as a business. What does it take for you to become a distributor? One device. It can be anything. You can start with even the emGuarde. Okay, as low as 1500 US. You can start with the emGuarde, and as a distributor, there is no monthly qualifications required, no targets. You don't need to meet monthly targets, no stocks to keep. The company keeps all the stocks and fulfills them on behalf of you. No annual renewal. What does it mean? That you don't need to keep buying products every month or every year to keep you in the business. You buy a product once. Can you imagine 9 years ago, I bought one device, one investment, $4,000. Okay, to build a business today over $50 million in turnover within my team. Okay, just one product 9 years ago. That was my investment, right? Accumulative group sales. All your sales that you've done from day one is counted for your rank advancement. So even if you take a break, and most of our distributors, they do after they reach a certain rank, they travel the world, they enjoy life, which is what we're supposed to do. And when they come back, they're surprised to see that the team is even bigger than when they left, right? So that's a benefit as well, that you don't have to start from scratch after a break. You can continue from where you previously stopped. Okay. And this is my favorite part. I love to travel the world. So you can build a business globally. Okay. Sitting wherever you are, in the US, in Europe, India, Australia, New Zealand, anywhere, Dubai, you can build this business anywhere in the world. Okay, I have sales coming from over 40 countries, teams in over 11 countries. So I want you guys to also take this opportunity and look at it as a global opportunity and not just regional or not just, something that is limited. Think big, think big. All right. This is something that a lot of them that have done other direct selling business will appreciate because Enagic is the only company in the world that has patented their compensation plan in the direct selling industry, by the way. Right, there are more than 200,000 direct selling companies in the world. Enagic is the only one that has patented the compensation plan. What does it mean? No other company can copy it, protecting the plan. And second thing is even the company cannot change the plan because many companies after they make a lot of money they change the plan to favor the company, whereas Enagic, Mr. Oshiro is so I would really thank him because he patented the plan to protect the distributors more than protecting the company. Can you look at him? Because if you read his book of what he's gone through in his life with Sony previously, when Sony didn't care for the distributors, he said, when I start a company, I want to build a company, build a business model to protect the distributors. And that is why millions of us are all around the world, we're so grateful for this man. Legacy income inherited. So at any rank that you're in, let's say, God forbid, let's say in my position, 6A5-2, something happens to me, my family can inherit all that I have built. And they enjoy the benefit. So, guys, again, like I told you, it's not just about you. Whatever you're building today, you're leaving behind something for your family. So when you know that, you're going to be much more committed. You're not going to give in to all those negativity that people throw at you. You're going to be building something because, as much as we say, right, we feel for others when we are at a low point. The only person that can save and protect us is ourselves, right? So we got to work for ourselves. We got to create that safety net. We got to create that that security for our family. And I believe that Enagic has given that opportunity for millions of people, including myself. Okay, didn't even have the money to buy the machine, and today I'm able to buy a car upfront, down complete without any loan on it, right? So why am I saying that is because I just want to tell you guys that as long as you carry the vision of Mr. Oshiro, right, that is to give true health to the world, physical health, financial health, and mental health, as long as you carry that, people will catch on to that vision and you will have team members, not just sales. Sales are just one time. I don't look to sell the product. I create distributors, which means that I help people become distributors so that they can create a business, create a legacy for themselves. Isn't that amazing? When you solve a bigger problem, you get rewarded also equally higher. Okay. Untapped market, depending on whichever country you're in, emGuarde, Kangen machines, all the products. Right. In the US, the company just celebrated their 1% market expansion last year. After being there for more than 20 years. Okay, so think about other countries, the huge potential. All right. There are several types of commission the company pays out. Today, I'm just going to focus on the first one and the long-term career path, okay? Because I want you guys to know what you can earn now and also what you can earn in the long term if you're serious and committed in the business. So the way how Enagic works is direct sales. So once you get the product, you are free to sell this to as many people as possible. You're not just restricted to 2 or 3. You can sell to as many people as possible. And when they buy the product, they can also sell to as many people as possible. When they do that, you get what we call group sales, okay? Indirect sales. So basically, direct plus indirect equals to group sales. With indirect sales, you get overriding commissions, okay? Just remember this. I won't go much into detail because looks like all of you are already part of Enagic. So you probably, if you're in Enagic longer than 9 years, you probably know a little more than what I know, right? But I'm just going to show you how much you will earn on the emGuarde, okay? How much you will earn when you sell an emGuarde. So there are 2 types of accounts. The first one is called a Kangen account. So those of you all who already bought an Anespa Kangen machine or an 𝐶𝐿 already before you bought your emGuarde, or You bought your emGuarde and then you bought one of these devices, 𝐏𝐸𝐴𝐻 machine and 𝐿 you are someone that will have a 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 account, which means both your accounts, that is your 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 account and your emGuarde account, will earn $85 per point for every emGuarde sold. But there are instances where someone that comes in and says, I don't have the investment right now. I don't have the money to buy a 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 machine or an 𝐿, but I want to start the business. So they want to start with something smaller. So they get the emGuarde. So for every emGuarde they sell, they earn $65 per point. Now, this is only to be fair to those that have invested a bit more, to reward them also a bit more. Okay. So now for today's calculation, let's use the emGuarde account as an example. So let's consider that you purchased an emGuarde and you don't have any other 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 product. And for every emGuarde that you sell, you earn $65. Okay, the company sets aside $520 and split it into 8 parts. Each part is called 1A or 1 point. Okay, so just imagine a pizza cut into 8 equal halves, equal parts. Each part is $65. Okay, and when you sell, and all this money that I'm going to show you is actually going straight into your bank account. In some countries, they give you checks, which you can bank it in. Most countries, they transfer the money straight into the bank account. Okay, depends on the local country laws. All right. Now, how much do you earn on your first and your second emGuarde? You earn $65. You are a 1A distributor. On your third direct sale, you go to the next rank. You earn 2A, that is $130 from your third direct sale onwards. And from every direct sale that you do after the third, you earn $130 for every emGuarde that you sell. And after 10, you become a 3A. Now, these 10 sales can be your direct or your indirect. It can be a combination of both. Once you have 10 group sales, the next direct sale you make, you earn $195. Okay. That's 3A. And 4A, you earn $260 after 20. So you have 10. For 20, you need to do an additional 10. Okay. So once you have an additional 10, you reach 20. For every direct sale that you have henceforth, you earn $260. Now, this is amazing because, I have people that join in with an emGuarde. They sell about 20 emGuardes, and on their 4A, they buy a 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 machine. They get 4 points back. It's kind of like a reward for their hard work as well. And they can get even the 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 machine the reward that they get makes the 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 machine a bit lower than what they would actually when they get it upfront. Okay, so that is something that I really look at this as an opportunity, as a benefit for those that don't have the money but want to start the business with something smaller and then build it up. And once they get the 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 machine, for every emGuarde that they sell henceforth, they earn $85 per point. Isn't that amazing? Okay, but let's take the example of just this for today. That is just emGuarde. They've not bought any other product. So for after 50 emGuardes, they earn $325, and after 200 emGuardes, they earn $390. Now, this is basically considering that all the sales are just emGuarde. You can always do a combination of different products, which is great because then you leverage. Instead of selling to 200 homes, if you just sell a 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐻 machine and an emGuarde, and some of them even sell an 𝐿. If you sell these 3 products to someone, right, it's kind of like you're fast tracking your way to 6A. So you need lesser units to reach 6A. Okay, that is something that I want to share here. And after this, I just want to show you, the company doesn't keep paying on forever because there is a point at which the 8 points gets exhausted and there's no money left from that particular sale to pay you, right? Because the sale is kind of deep. So that's why for that sale, you kind of earn a little bit lesser. And eventually, when it goes out of your 8 points, you earn lesser than that. Okay, so you kind of earn nothing when it goes out of 8 points. Don't worry about it. This is what we call a non-8A sale. It's a good thing because your team is growing, but at the same time, it's also important that you continue making your direct sales so that you earn more, you build new lines where when they sell, you earn a bit more. Okay, now I'm going to share with you the long-term career path where you can build a business starting with 6A. 6A is the first step. You get to 6A when you have $300,000 value and 100 group sales, okay? Or just 200 emGuarde sales. And let me tell you something, that up to 90 units, every emGuarde you sell is counted as 1 unit. But for the purpose of 6A, you need 10 sales in that particular month to become 6A, sorry, to achieve this $3,000. For that, every emGuarde is counted as half a group sale. So 6A and above, for all the incentives and bonuses, every emGuarde is counted as half a group sale. But up to 90 units, every emGuarde is counted as 1 unit. Okay, so people can get to 90 with just 90 emGuardes, giving an example. But of course, they would not have the $300,000 value, so they'll have to just work with that, plan for that. Because if you sell even 50 Kangen K8s and sell 40 emGuarde, is kind of, you're almost close to $300,000 value. I've checked that. Okay, now after you have become 6A, you have two team members become 6A in two separate lines. You become 6A2, you earn $6,000 one time. Then 6A2-2, you earn $12,000. 6A2-3, this is where things get interesting, where you earn $25,000 one time and $5,000 monthly plus other incentives based on your performance. So if I tell you guys that, I told you guys that you can build a business where you can create a great legacy for your family, this is the first milestone that you can plan to achieve. Once you achieve this, you help your team members also become 6A2-3, you can rank up and you can earn more. This company is probably the only company where I've seen that when you help your team members become successful, they help you become more successful as well. So in short term, right, if you want to be successful, ensure that your team is successful. That's the secret of this business. And you can reach 6A2-6. There are people that have even crossed the career path. They've earned more than that. They've reached 6A2-7. They've earned $400,000 one time and $40,000 monthly. There are 3 people in the world that have done that, about 10 in the world that have achieved this rank, about 15 that have this rank, about 20 something this rank, and about 200 something which have achieved this rank. So it's very less in comparison to the population. So there's a lot of potential for you guys if you're still somewhere here. If you already achieved these ranks, amazing. Help your team members also achieve this. So how big is the emGuarde market? Now, those of you all who stay till the end, remember I told you I'm going to give you something special. This is it. So first of all, emGuarde can be integrated in every classrooms, in every school. So if you know school owners, classrooms is a great place to start the emGuarde with. The schools can advertise themselves as radiation free so that the parents can feel comfortable sending their kids to the school, and probably more admissions. And they could even charge a bit more, in terms of fees for this added value that they're giving to the kids and for their health. It's up to the school. But I'm just giving you an avenue for you to venture into. If you know airlines, airline owners, flights is a good place to put the emGuarde, because can you imagine the radiation up there is crazy with all the gadgets. It's like you're inside a portable mobile device. You're inside the device, right? You're at the core of it. So emGuarde is great. EVs, with the rise on electric vehicles, getting an emGuarde in every electric vehicle is something that I would really encourage people to do. So if you have an electric car, just get the detector and test it, and you will see the radiation from your cars. These wearables, my friend was just bragging about such a device like a few days ago, and I told him that, do you realize the kind of, you're enjoying technology, but at what cost? And he was complaining to me of migraine, and even he was having gray hair as well, right? So he's already ready to get an emGuarde. So that's something that this is a growing market. Things are getting closer and closer to our body. And most homes, of course, because most homes nowadays are becoming smarter homes. Everything is connected to the cell phone. So literally every corner of the house, you need to be protected. So that's an amazing, we have people buying more than 10 just for their house because they have huge, like big villas. In Dubai, I have a client who bought 10 just for his house. Huge villa. So yeah. So now, looking at all these benefits, okay, you guys are not salespeople. Why? Because when you look at emGuarde, you're not selling anything. You're actually helping people. And as cliche as it may sound, you're actually lifesavers because we are really saving people's lives. And can you imagine the kind of problems that people have because of these devices and they're staying protected from this? Don't you think you're actually saving lives? Yes or no? Right? So that's why I want to encourage you guys to take a screenshot of this, share this with your people, join the Facebook group, take a screenshot, and then you can click on this link from the image if you use an Apple iOS. I don't know if you use an Android, how you can do that. Maybe you can copy paste it or whatever, but just get it. Join the Telegram channel. This Facebook page is there on the Telegram channel. Everything that you need is on the Telegram channel. One good thing about Telegram is it doesn't vanish. The data that is sent even before you join is still there, accessible for you. Okay. And if you still want more, this is the official website of emGuarde that you can share to your prospects. The video there is amazing, 90 seconds video to introduce people about emGuarde. This is what is this? The Google Drive library. This is also good. All the documents, reports, studies, everything is there. But everything is also available on Telegram, and you can be redirected to all these pages, but just take a screenshot. All right. Leila says, is it possible to get a recording? We don't record these meetings because I don't have the permission to do that. Because we do these meetings, they are recurring meetings every week, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you wanna come back, so that you get the complete picture, please, I invite you to come back. Okay, don't just attend once and then just forget about it. Come back. We're doing one on Friday, same time, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, same time. I'll be doing it this week. Please come. Bring your people. Don't come alone. The biggest mistake people do is coming alone. Bring all your people. Okay, invite. Forward the links everywhere. Can the emGuarde be a tax write-off in the States? That's something that you need to check with the local branch. As of now, I don't think so because you're getting it as a self-import from Malaysia. So yeah, you'll have to check locally. And in Malaysia, there is no tax on the product. You'll only be paying for the product and shipping, right? So there's no tax. But again, you have to check with the local branch. Angie, I hope it helped. Welcome. All right, now if you're in Europe, take a screenshot of this because emGuarde is coming to a city closer to you. Take a screenshot. Make sure that you go there, you attend the sessions. It's happening starting from tomorrow. Okay. And those of you all who want to know about the Facebook group, what the Facebook group is all about, just take this, scan this QR code so that you can watch the video on the Facebook group. Because of time shortage, I can't be playing the video right now, which I planned for you guys. And last but not the least, if you are really is planning to take this business to the next level, attend this session, attend this 2-day event in Malaysia. And you'll thank yourself for doing this. Forget thanking me. I don't need the thanks. I just want you guys to get the most of it. My pleasure to all of you that are thanking me. We're doing these sessions this Friday and Saturday, same time. Make sure you join us and make sure you broadcast this to all people around you. I won't be in Rome, but you'll get two of the best people, Simon and Mingwei. I've built business with them for the last 9 years. They're even my immediate sponsors in the business. So you're in safe hands, Mirko. Right. And Simon is even called as Mr. emGuarde by Mr. Oshiro. So you will really be looked after. All right. So this is Simon, by the way. This is David. He's the emGuarde technical expert who's really working with the factory, who has spent more than, I think, 5-6 years studying about the emGuarde itself. So yes.
Everybody.
So that's about it, guys. I wouldn't take much time of yours. With that, thank you so much for joining us today. Although, we had less of you as compared to what we usually have, right? But you all stayed till the end, which is what matters. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next event on Friday and Saturday. Just remember to bring all your people. And we start at the same time, so make sure that you join in like 5 minutes before. All right. So thank you so much with that, and see you all in the next meeting on Friday.